I like to propose a toast. I said toast, motherfucker. La 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 la. And I am.
Fellas, how are we? I hope everyone's good. I am absolutely unbelievable because one, it's bank holiday weekend. I mean, I'm self-employed, like that makes a fucking difference. But bank holiday weekends, although I don't get them off like everyone else does, it's still, I'm enjoying everyone else enjoying themselves. The weather is absolutely fucking unbelievable, mate. And what makes it even better is today is my third high day in a row. So it is officially, what week are we on now? I don't know what week it is exactly, but I know for a fact that the shoot is 2 weeks tomorrow. So this week, me and Josh have made the decision to do a mock peak week because I'm basically ready in terms of condition, fat loss. Like, we're basically done with fat loss. It's pretty much now about holding my physique where it is and just freshening me up so that on the day of the shoot, I look and feel my absolute best. So today, I'm gonna be documenting my third high day in a row. I'm going to show you what it is I'm eating. So I'll tell you the macros in a second. Then we're going to go and train upper body with Josh at EP, which I've not been to in a while. The lighting, the machines, the kit, EP, unbelievable gym. Then we need to nip to Zara to get some clothes. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a clothing haul. So I feel like it's everyone's favourite things. You love seeing me eat for some strange reason. Some of you love seeing me train. And some of you like me clothing hauls as well. I mean, I enjoy filming them, to be fair, because obviously the day after the shoot, 6 a.m. the following morning, I'm literally flying to France. I'm going on holiday for a week, mate, south of France. We're going to Marseille, Nice, Monaco, Saint-Tropez, and have I just said Marseille? I think I did. Anyway, I was meant to be seeing Kanye in concert. Turns out France won't let him into the country, so that's been postponed indefinitely. Might be seeing him in Madrid though, fingers crossed, potentially. I say potentially, I need to see that motherfucker in concert. I need to. I feel like this is one of the final chances because bro is aging and he's also going, do you know what I mean? Anyway, I need to eat because it's currently 10:15 and I'm meant to be training with Josh at 11:30 and I've got a lot of carbs to digest. So the macros for today, they're exactly the same as what we ran yesterday, which is 550 carb, 50 fat, and 180 grams of protein. So 550 grams of carbs, mate. I had more food, more calories in my pre-workout meal alone yesterday than I would usually have in the entire day on a rest day. I've been running with 1,800 calories. I averaged 18,500 steps last week. And my rate of loss has been over 1 kilo per week for the past 11 weeks. So we fucking pushed it. These carbs are well deserved, mate. So 400 gram of carbs on a rest day. And then I did 550 yesterday. And then I'm doing another 550 again today. I would imagine Josh may potentially bump that as well to potentially 600, 650, depending on how I look today when he sees me in person. So join me today, see what I eat, see how I look in the gym, because to be honest, I looked at myself in the gym yesterday after training legs and my upper body looked absolutely fucking nuts. I was like, oh my God, I'd not even took any pump pre-workout. I'd literally just had Conviction, which has got no pump ingredients or anything like that in. All I'd had is carbs and trained legs, and my upper body looked the best it's looked. So today, carbs again, actual pump pre-workout, and training in a sick gym with sick lighting and training upper body. I'm looking forward to seeing how my physique looks. Here we go, fellas. So we've got in here 170 grams of Choco Wheaties. None of this cream of rice bullshit. Who thinks, I've got 550 grams of carbs. What shall I eat? Cream of rice. No thanks, mate. I'm all right. I've got myself some Choco Wheaties. Same with Cocoa Pops, man. I do like Cocoa Pops, but I feel like if you have them too often, they're just not that great. I've also got, I mean, these are basically Cocoa Pops anyway, aren't they? Squares bars, chocolate ones. My favourite's cookies and cream, but they didn't have them, so we've got the chocolate ones. We've got to settle with 3 of the chocolate ones. Poor me. We've got 300 mils milk, 1 scoop of whey isolate in here. Obviously, I'm consuming less protein on my high days just because, one, I'm going to be in a surplus, so the chance of me losing muscle is much lower. Carbs are protein sparing, so it means that we can afford to pull our protein down. So I'm going with 180, whereas usually I would do 220. And a lot of that 180 is going to come from what I would call trace protein anyway. So like, for example, these have got, I mean, I can't think off the top of my head, but the example I always give is bagels. one bagel's got 10 grams of protein in. That's not complete protein, it's not the same as drinking wheyers. So naturally, when you have carbs, they will come alongside some amount of protein, so they will naturally just bump up. And then I've also got 100 grams of Soul Pop full volume fruity candy kittens. Now you're probably thinking, Morg mate, that's a bit fruity. It's full volume fruity. The reason I've got candy kittens is these are plant-based. Now I'm not a vegan, unless you couldn't tell, I'm not a vegan. But when you have normal sweets, so like yesterday for example, I didn't have these, I had squashies instead, and I actually got a bit of digestive issues from it. I got a bit of bloating. I had to go for a walk, do about 6,000 steps to help get rid of the bloating. Now, on the other days, I have had candy kittens. Yesterday was the first day I'd not had candy kittens. Now, these haven't got gelatin in, which normal sweets have. Because they're plant-based, they've not got no gelatin in. And I find that these digest so much better. So if you're having sweets and a large volume of them, like 100 grams of sweets, it's nearly the full pack, I would advise sticking to candy kittens. And they're on Nectar prices as well, so even better, because the usual price is fucking extortionate, mate. So I'm going to tuck into these. The macros for this is, let me pull this up for you, 340 grams of carbs, 22 grams of fat, 66 grams of protein, 1,869 calories in just my pre-workout meal. So lovely stuff. Right, I've just finished my pre-workout meal, fellas, not gonna lie. I'm still fucking starving. And this is something I always say to the lads, is even on hard days, even on refeed days, you will still be hungry. Like, a matter of fact, you will still be hungry, because your body fat is what determines your hunger. It's not the amount of calories you're consuming. And the World Cup squad for England had just been announced, and we're getting cooked. We're getting absolutely fucking cooked, aren't we? That is brave, Thomas Tuchel. Very, very brave. So, no Morgan Gibbs-White, no Cole Palmer, no Phil Foden, which Phil Foden fucking deserves that, to be honest. He does absolutely nothing whenever he plays for England. Let's see how it goes. I mean, it's brave. We all questioned Southgate, and he delivered the goods, so maybe Tuchel can do the same, fingers crossed. Oh, fellas, what a day. Absolutely unbelievable. What temperature is it? 23 degrees, and it's not even 12 PM yet. And I've also got ice cold pre-workout. I've already had a Monster, so I've got half a scoop of Conviction and a full fucking scoop of Mega Pump. Oh, this session is going to be unbelievable. I've not trained at EP in a good while. And for those of you who, if you remember during my bodybuilding prep, I had a video go viral where I showed my 12-week transformation. And that was filmed in EP because the lighting in there was one single spotlight which just makes you look, when you're shredded, absolutely unbelievable. Not quite when you're fucking not shredded. If you're bulky, I wouldn't stand under it. It exposes all the blubber, shall we say. But when you're shredded, makes your chest look absolutely unbelievable, mate. So I'm going to stick some tunes on. We're going to go and pick Josh up now from his, and then I'll see you at EP.
For real. My social battery is drained. For real, for real. Just came from hearing a lot of niggas cop a lot of pleas like, oh, bro.
That is the most symmetrical my abs have ever looked in my life. That's fucking sick. Should I compete? I look like a bodybuilder. Oh, fellas, back from the gym. About to eat my post-workout meal. You might be able to tell I am fucked, mate. The issue with having a lot of carbs is that your ability to actually train really, really, really fucking hard goes up quite significantly. So yesterday's leg session, so I trained lower A, which is my hinge day. I've had to drop down to 130 kilos for the last probably 2 or 3 weeks on that RDL. Because I felt so good and had so much energy, I actually ended up hitting an all-time PB on the RDL of 140 kilos for 6. So I woke up this morning and my legs and my glutes are absolutely wrecked. Combined with poor sleep from, I think, just being this lean, to be honest. My body just randomly wakes me up at 4 a.m. in the morning for absolutely no reason. And then going and training today at EP with Josh, where we fucking sent it on all the sets. It's written me off, mate. Honestly, it's also boiling hot. It's red hot. In this household, we have a rule, right? You don't ever complain when it's hot in the UK. Because everyone always complains when it's cloudy, it's grey. I'm part of that. But then you can't on the flip side then complain when it's warm, it's hot, it's sunny. So there's absolutely no complaints from me. However, it is also a factor as to why I feel fucked. So yeah, mate, I just feel like an absolute mong. I feel like a zombie. My post-workout meal, I was going to have chicken and potatoes, but I'm starving. And I can't be arsed to sit here waiting for 20 minutes for the chicken to cook. So we've got post-workout meal, 100 gram of oats, square of 90% dark chocolate, blueberries, and a scoop of chocolate smooth whey isolate, and then a couple of toffee flavoured drops, couple of grinds of salt. It's just a bowl of oats, but it sounds like there's a lot of ingredients, but the ingredients, they work together nicely. And then I've got some more water. A little tip for you, when you do carb ups or mock peak weeks or high days, you need to increase your water intake alongside it, because glycogen is in fact stored with water. For every 1 gram of glycogen, your body brings alongside it 3 to 4 grams of water. So you need to increase your water intake, and you also need to increase your salt intake, which is why I make sure to salt all of my meals. You have sodium specific glucose transporters, which are important for transporting glucose. So make sure that you salt all your meals, make sure you drink more water. So for me, I'm keeping a log in my notes of everything I've drank. So it's not just water, it's just fluid in general. So for example, so far today, let me see what I've had. I have had 500ml Monster, 700ml electrolyte, 700ml of squash, 300ml my pre-workout drink, 700ml intra. I've had another 500 during the session, and then I've also got another 700 here, which brings me to 2.9, 3.4, 4.1 litres so far today. So the rule of thumb I generally go for is like a litre per 100 gram of carbs. So today with me having 550, I'm aiming for about 6 litres. So I need to drink another roughly 2 litres of water after I've drank this. So I'm going to dig in because I'm absolutely starving. I need to go to Zara, walk into town. It's currently it's 4:45. I think Zara shuts at 8, so I'll have a shower, go grab the clothes, and then I'll show you what we've got for the South of France holiday, because it's fucking sick. Before anyone says anything, we'll start with the elephant in the room, okay? It is the following day, as you can tell, and I've been absolutely ruined this morning. I thought, right, it's 2 weeks until the shoot. Literally today, 2 weeks until the shoot. So I'll go get myself a fresh trim. I've not had an haircut for about 6 or 7 weeks. Obviously, for those of you who aren't aware, I've been growing my hair out since January. So a good, almost 6 months of growing my hair out. And I had exactly an image of what I wanted, you know. I knew how I wanted it to look, and I walked into the barbershop. Bear in mind, this is the first barbershop that I've been to other than the one I've been to back home, so Dudley, back home in Stoke. I've not cheated on my barber once in the past 5 years, other than when I was in Bali, which I was literally there for 7 weeks, so that was needed. So I had an idea of how I wanted it to look, right? So obviously I've grown it long in order for me to be able to, I don't know whether you can tell, let me just swipe through. So like if you look at his hair there, obviously it's long on the back still, it's long on the sides, but it's a little bit shorter than mine was on top. And it's had some shape, some layers to it. He's probably got curl cream in it, which is what I was using. Like, I appreciate I don't have curly hair, like properly curly hair. It's wavy, is what I would say, especially when it gets longer in summer. It goes quite wavy and curly, especially on my fringe. And I said to her, this is how I want it to look. I've been growing my hair since January. She went, okay, what we'll do is we'll put some layers in it. We'll do a little taper fade on the side and the back. And I thought, yeah, brilliant. You know, that's what she's describing there is his haircut. Layers, taper fade on the side, lovely. What I have received, however, like, can you even see that properly? Let me turn the exposure up. Can you even see that properly? That's just, I've basically grown my hair out for 6 months for it to go, yeah, let's just chop it all off and give you a skin fade like you had before. Fuming. I had to pay 37 pound for the pleasure. So yeah, great start to the morning. I've got myself some clothes here for holiday in 2 weeks and 1 day I go away. So I'm going to run through those in a second. However, I will finalise the meals which I had yesterday. So, pre-workout meal, obviously you saw. Post-workout meal, I ended up obviously having oats. And then my third meal, I had chicken and potatoes, usual. I thought I won't bother recording this for the lads just because, and describing it and showing you because you have all seen it plenty of times before. And then the final meal was, again, as usual, a stir fry. Nothing too different, nothing too exciting. So, it meant that my macros for the day, I finished on 3,491 calories, 560 grams of carbs, 49 grams of fat, and 189 grams of protein. So across the 3 days for the mock peak, we did 410 carb, 560, and then 560 again. And I've woke up this morning and my weight was 78.2 kilos. So prior to the mock peak, I was 76.9. I've only actually gained 1.3 kilos. Now, bearing in mind, when I competed, every time I would compete and we would have my peak week, I would usually be about 3 kilos heavier after carbing me up. So like my lightest was 74 in 2023. And then once I was carved up, I was 77. This time around, starting at basically 77. So I reckon peak week, I'll be about 79, 80 once I've actually got carbs in me. Me and Josh literally sat down and the other night, now that we've got the data, and was like, right, okay, this is what we're going to do. So we're going to push it harder in terms of carbs this time around. I think we're going to go with 700 grams rather than 550, just to fill me up even more. Because the thing is, with the Peak Max, any sort of little bit of water retention that you may get from spilling over, the Peak Max will just fucking pull that straight out and dry me right out. So you have to you want to spill over, because the Peak Max dries you out anyway. I'll say if you don't spill over and you don't fill up enough, you end up looking flat, which, trust me, has happened to me on multiple occasions. I remember my second show going on stage, and I remember looking in the mirror and thinking, I look fucking tiny. I looked shredded, but I looked tiny. I don't want that on shoot day, realistically. I want to look fucking big. I want to look shredded and actually full as a housemate. So, that's the mock peak done. We've gathered the data we needed. We know exactly what we need to do for the actual peak week. So today I'm back on my normal rest day calories. So I've already planned out my foods for today. We've gone from consuming 3,500 calories to 1,600. So that's going to be lovely. 2 monsters to get me through the day. I've already done 10,000 steps walking into town, pretty much Manchester town centre. Everyone calls it town here. I would call it the centre. Town, I suppose town makes more sense. I've got these 2 pairs of shorts. These are pretty sick. These are from Zara. So this is like a camo cargo short. And then I've got a black pair. I had another black cargo short from Represent, but the middle here, like the seam where your cock goes, ended up splitting. So I've had to get myself a new pair of those. And then I've got these in here. So I bought these brown jorts, which I think are pretty sick, to be honest. First pair of jorts I've ever owned. And then I've also got this polo, which is a large, but is too small. Even the large that's way, way, way too tight. And like, I'm the lightest that I've been in a long, long time. This is the tough part about ordering clothes when you are legit shredded. Like, I have no glutes, no waist, no arse at all at the moment. So especially like buying jeans and shorts, I have to be careful because like they fit me now, but I guarantee as soon as I put 4 or 5 kilos on, which 4 or 5 kilos from where I am now, I'll still be lean. They ain't gonna fit. Like, genuinely ain't gonna fucking fit. So I've had to order another size up from those. So those are 30 waist, and I fit in those, and there's still a little bit of room. So I've ordered 31 in here because I already tried the 32 waist on in the Trafford Centre the other week, and they were way too big. We've got that polo again, but in XL. So I'm hoping that fits. I'll try that on in a second. And then we've got this, which I really like. So this you might recognise from my Instagram. So I tried this on in the Trafford Centre. And then these are, so these are a 31 waist. So I'll try these on with that in a sec, show you how that looks. And then I'll just show you a couple of different fit ideas I've got. So this is fit number 1, fellas. I really like this, I can't lie. This top, I'm glad I went for the XL because it fits perfectly. Whereas the large that I ordered was a little bit tight around the arms, whereas this is nice and baggy. I can't lie, the waist is like quite baggy on me. And this is a 31 waist, but I know for a fact as soon as I put a little bit of weight on, it'll go straight to because I've got no body fat on my glutes. Like my glutes are in, and I could compete. I'm not far off being able to compete, genuinely. So like as soon as I put a little bit of weight on, it'll go straight here and it'll fill these out. So I think I'm going to keep these because the 30 waist is too small. I need to get myself some Birkins as well. I do have a pair of, let me get them, some brown rep shoes. I have got these, which are really nice, to be fair. Would they go? I think they would, you know. Yeah, so if you watch my Dubai vlog, I wore these when I went up to the Burj, but these would go nicely with the brown. Oh, these or some Birkins, because the Birkins I wore in Bali and Vietnam are fucked, mate. They're absolutely ruined, because I literally wore them day in, day out for about 8 weeks. Right, next fit. I thought I'd show you, this is more for the daytime, to be honest. So, this rep t-shirt, yeah, you've probably never seen me wear before. Guess how much this was, mate? So I remember seeing Rep release this. It must have been like 2022, 2023, I think. And I remember Louis Armstrong wearing it, and I remember seeing it and going, that's fucking nice. I'm pretty sure he wore it in one of his Ibiza vlogs with like Mike Thurston and what are the brothers called? Anyway, 30 quid this was off Vinted, right? And I was scrolling through Vinted and I saw it. I was like, no way. I wanted this so bad. And I was waiting to get it. And I never ended up getting it. And I forgot about it. And then I saw it on Vinted. I was like, mate, look at the print. It's like green. So like the green, I feel like stands out nicely because you've got obviously the white cream. And then you've got the camo cargo shorts. And then trainers wise, I have been thinking about getting a pair of Asics. The white, silver and green. So they would go really nice with this. Yeah, this is more of like a daytime fit. Obviously, I wouldn't wear this. The other one was more of like a nighttime, smarter fit. This is a bit more casual. But yeah, this one, I really like this. This is a lot more comfortable than the other one as well. Right, next one. I'm not sure about this, you know. This is the polo from Zara. Now, it's not got any buttons on the neck. So you can't like... Because the neck on it is massive. Like at the back, I feel like it sticks up. You know when people have the collars up, it feels like that. But then it's really tight on my arms. I like the fit on the body and kind of like the shoulders, and I like the fact that the arms are quite tight, but then it's loose on the body. But then the neck is weird, and you can't even adjust it because there's no buttons. If there was buttons, you could do up one button so it was a little bit tighter. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's new. Maybe it needs a wash. And then it'll go to a normal shape, I don't know. But I think these go quite nicely with the brown shorts. But then I've also got a pair. I've got these as well. These Rep 247, like olive green cargos, which I think would go quite nice. So whenever you've got anything with patterns, right, what you want to try and do is... The reason why I wore quite a plain t-shirt with obviously the camo cargos is you don't want patterns and patterns. So I did try... I had a look to see how these would look with this, but it just doesn't go because you've got a pattern and then this has got like a striped pattern on it as well. So you need something quite plain. So like these would go, to be fair, if you wanted to like dress it down, shall we say. God, I sound like a fashionista now. But if you wanted to go a bit more casual, you could wear these. Or you've got obviously these, which are a little bit smarter. And then you could even, if you wanted to, like in the evening, I could maybe even, these are a bit creased, but I could even wear linen trousers with it, potentially, I think. So like, I don't like having loads and loads and loads of clothes. I would rather have, which is why I buy quite neutral colours as well. Like you'll notice everything's like cream, white, brown, or like grey or black, because you can mix and match shit then. rather than just having loads of different things. Like I can mix and match loads of these different ones. And it's why these are great as well, like the black cargo shorts. A pair of black cargo shorts, they look good, but then you can wear them with like, you could wear them with a white t-shirt, you can wear them with a black t-shirt, like pretty much anything. So that's what I try and do, which is, it works pretty well, I think. I'll maybe get a few more bits. I might treat myself to them Asics, you know. I've wanted them for a while. I've seen a pair on Vinted for 70 quid. I'd never bought anything off Vinted before, by the way, until I bought that rep top. And then it come, and I was half expecting it to be like, just worn to fuck. But whoever had that before must have only worn it like once. Honestly, it feels brand new. It's got to be 2 or 3 years old. It must have sat at the back of someone's wardrobe because it felt brand new. But there's a pair of brand new Asics, the white, silver and green ones, and they're 70 quid. But I don't know whether they're fake or not. So it's whether I risk 70 quid or just spend 165 on getting myself a pair of brand new ones. Who knows? Anyway, that is all for this video, fellas. We are officially, as of today, 2 weeks out from the photo shoot. Very, very excited. Excited to see the lads, how they look. They're all coming in nicely, ready for peak week. 1 week left of digging, and then it's peak week for them. So I'm excited to see how I look. I'm excited to see how they look. And I think it's going to be a sick day overall, which, of course, I'll also make sure to film and document and post out on YouTube too. So, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to click subscribe, drop a like. Any questions, drop them in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one.